This is D.
This is C.
And this is Black Meets World. So today we have our good friend, Kyle Leverett, who was in the Emma Bowen Foundation with us. You may remember his brother was on an episode we talked about earlier, like right before, was it right after the election? I think it was like the election aftermath.
Yeah.
So Matt was on that episode, but now we have his older brother. Him and C graduated the same year from the program.
Yeah, we were both college friends in the same.
Yeah,
we were the same class, and then
that 09 class. Yeah, right. 09.
Shout out to 2009.
And now they're both celebrities.
And we worked in Atlanta together. Can't forget about those days. You know, try to forget those days.
Very short.
Yeah. No, and now he tried out New York. Kyle, you tried out New York for a little bit, and he was like, nope.
Nah, I'm good.
So now you know.
Atlanta was for me.
Got you. Yeah, so tell us about L.A. What you doing out there? Studios you working at?
Well, first, thank you for having me on the podcast, first and foremost. I like to be introduced as the better brother, the better Leverett. So, I know you had my little brother earlier, but I'm the better one. So let's get that first and foremost. A.K.A. Kyron Lamar's favorite. I'm I live in L.A., like I said. I work for Family Guy, the #1 animated show on Fox right now. Design coordinator for the show, and people who would wonder what that is, basically I manage the artists who draw the show. So anything brand new that we don't already have in the show from, previous episodes, a lot of stuff is brand new. If you ever seen Family Guy, there's a lot. It's very technical. It's very precise. And, we always have new characters, and, Peter or Lois or Brian or Stewie are always in different outfits and costumes. And every time we do that, we have to draw them new. And, it's about a 9-month process to make an episode. So, that's, it's funny because I never worked in animation before that. So, like, seeing how animation is now, it's like, wow, this is a really long process. And it's very cool. I mean, I've been a character.
You said it was a 9-month process?
For one episode.
Yeah, one episode takes about 9 months. I mean, to completion, like from the time we start making storyboards to it by the time it airs, which it's edited and stuff like that. It takes about 9 months. So
I remember
we'll start an episode in October.
Yeah, I remember you told me that, and I was like, 9 months, my G? Like, how you do a whole season?
Yeah.
Right, that's my question. How do you do an entire, like, first of all, how many episodes are there per season, and then how does that even work? Like, that's so much lead time.
Yeah, there's 20 episodes a season. We have 9 directors, and they each get about 2 episodes. One director usually gets about 3 episodes a year. And the writers, we have table reads, and then from the table read, our directors get it, and they'll start this. We'll do a storyboard for it. And that's that's about 2 months, and then we design the show and make it, and that's like maybe another month or 2, and then we send it to Korea where they actually animate it, because we basically create the blueprint here, and then we send it off to Korea, and Korea will a company called Unation, they'll take that and they'll animate everything we gave them, and blueprint wise, and then they'll send it back to us, and then we'll edit it, and by the time it's like air, because you have to get legally approved. They have a lot of jokes. As bad as Family Guy can be, there's a lot of things that don't get approved, and it's like those jokes are like, all right, that joke's too much. Legal will tell them to come back, and the writers will rewrite it, and we all watch it as a family, in our screen rooms, and we'll watch the episode, and things aren't funny. If they don't land, then they'll write it, and we do it. It's a really tedious process. Like, it's definitely a process, but it's definitely fun to see the whole, see how the soup is made. To be honest, it's fun. You get a lot of cool things. I've been a character on an episode recently.
I saw that.
But, you get to do cool stuff.
You were the camera guy, right?
I was the sound guy. The boom guy.
Did you speak? Like, were you your own voice?
No, you got, that's a whole nother check. They're not giving that to me. They got to give you Yeah, you got to be SAG for that. There are rules to this. You can't just go out there talking.
Gotcha.
So, no, I was just in the background chilling next to James Wood.
Wow, that's amazing. So that's interesting. So everything you just said was interesting. It's something that I never thought about. Are a lot of animated shows like that? Like I'm baffled at how long it takes, and I'm sure a lot of that is happening simultaneously. But are a lot of animated shows like that?
Yeah. So like whenever, I mean, for us, the way our seasons ran, like right now they're airing season 14. But we're already working on season 15 as far as, like, you know, creating it. So, like, season 14 is basically done. So by the time stuff is airing, we're already basically on the next season. But, yeah, most animated shows work like that. I mean, I know The Simpsons, like, I mean, some of these shows are more established than others. Like, you know, they can go on hiatus. Like, Simpsons, Family Guy, Bob's Burgers, like, you know, mainstay shows. Like, they'll be, you know, we run year-round. Some shows will be on for, like, you know, 6 months, and then they'll go into hiatus. You know, to see, because they don't know if they're going to get picked up, and, you know, suits have to happen, and, you know, you got to see what the ratings are like. But, you know, Family Guy's it's a $2 billion, you know, business. I mean, they make a lot of money from the show. Stephanie Farman is, they make a lot of money from all of this, so yeah, they're not going anywhere.
Well,
I think they'll go as long as he wants to do it.
That's cool. Well, your job looks super cool based off of, you know, your Instagram and your coworkers showing you sleeping at work and taking naps at your desk. I can see that you're very, very busy.
You get tired, man. You gotta take a nap somewhere.
Okay. You know, why not the office? You know, might as well just do it there. But like, you've been, how many years you been there now?
Yeah, in LA or Family Guy?
Oh, Family Guy.
Oh, I've been in Family Guy. It'll be 2 years in March.
No way. No, because you were there before I got to my other job. Because remember, I was like visiting. Oh no, that was ABC.
Nah,
or no, am I?
Yeah, I was at HBO. I was at HBO before that, and then I was at ABC before that.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been here. I've been here 2 years, man. It's been great. I mean, it's a great environment. I love bringing. Like my mom was here the other day. I took her on a tour. She got to meet all the directors and.
Nice.
Some of the people and characters, you know, you get to, you know, to see, like I said, see how everything's made. I mean, it's not glamorous, but, you know, people do get to, you know, it's cool, you know, and especially like just saying, there's not a lot of black people in animation. And that's one thing I've learned and I've got to see. It's like there's not a lot of our people of color.
You're one of how many people of color at Family Guy?
I mean, I'm one of two black men, and then I think there may be total maybe 5 black people.
Out of how many?
Office, and mind you, have like 140.
Shit.
And we're literally looking at like some of the stuff that we wanted to ask you. And one of them was definitely like, what are opportunities looking like for minorities? And you answered some of that, I guess, right now. It's a low ass percentage, but why do you think that is? Is it just the field, or is it have to do with, like, you know, the media industry and just not having enough minorities? You know, what do you think?
I think it's a lack of knowledge. I mean, with anything, I think, you know, we black people in particular, and I can't speak for another race because I'm black. As far as like we tend to like we tend to like, you know, we like the glamour stuff. We like the stuff that's in front of the camera. You know, there's a lot. I mean, Emma Bourne is part of this. But there's a lot of jobs in the background, and they, you know, the people who are really being influential and that make the decisions, and you know, they, you know, are at least a part of the machine to help these things go. And like, you know, we don't really advertise that. And so, you know, animation, you know, this whole industry is about knowing somebody and knowing the right people. And the reason why I got these jobs is because of the girl, you know, that was in Emma Bourne. And she was working at Fox, and she passed my resume along to the people here.
Oh, that's right. Miss Sandra hooked that up, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Miss Sandra,
Aaron.
That's what's up.
Yeah. She connected me with a young lady, and you know, she wound up looking out for me. So that's the reason why I even have it, because I don't know anybody in animation. Like I said, I had no background in animation. My degrees in journalism. You know, my background before that was, you know, just straight up television and commercials in New York and in LA. So, you know, this is a different realm for me, but it's definitely something, you know, I would love to pass along to kids. You know, that's why I try to, you know, when I get a chance, I try to go to high school and, you know, tell people, you know, I mean, Family Guy, you know, the you know, the lure of Family Guy is good enough to get, grab their attention. The kids are listening. If I said I was looking at Scooby-Doo, they probably wouldn't care. But, everybody knows Family Guy, so it's like, people, the kids just don't know about it because no one is ever talking about it, and there's not a lot of us in this industry. So, I don't know if, like, black kids, if they go into the schools to learn to draw the way they are, because, a majority of our artists are Asian. And
got it.
There's nothing wrong with that, but, majority of artists are Asian. Majority of the people making the major decisions are producers and executive producers and writers. They're white. And there's not a lot of black representation. And, that's something, you kind of have to work. So, in just regular television, the regular industry of television, live action of television and movies, there's not a whole lot of representation. There is some, but it's not a lot. It's
right.
Like less than 1% in animation. It's just an unknown field.
1%. Yo, I remember when we were even at, like, when I think you took me on a tour, it was an ABC studio.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you work there, so you probably don't notice. But I was like, damn, it's white as fuck. It was like old, male, and white. I was like, jeez. It just felt different.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm just used to it. I think, just going to HBCU, like, I was always prepared. Like, I know life isn't going to look like this when I leave.
Right.
So let me just get one last look at the, this all-black environment. And then you go. But I'm be honest, like, and there's no shade to BET, but, man, I've done stuff before BET, and I'm like, man, their stuff ain't tight, man. And
man.
Nobody's perfect, but it's like, it's like, but you got to be twice as good.
Right.
It's like they expecting you. It's like BET, a lot of times they don't have their stuff together, and I'm like, they expect you not to have your stuff together. So y'all being late with paying crew guys and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Because it just looks bad. Even if Fox or CBS or NBC took a while to pay, they're still Fox, CBS, NBC. Nobody's looking at them to, like, oh, they're paying late. But, BET does it, and it's like, all right, well, you just kind of have to be on top of it. And, I don't feel like, they are. But, yeah, you don't see a lot of, representation out here. And, most of these places are white as hell. It's going to continue to be that way until we try to, like, get behind the scenes more.
Right.
Is there any like independent, not markets, I guess, but ways in which black people can be creating these types of things? We could obviously go into, like, the explosion of black media and TV shows that are happening now, but I'm just curious, is it specific because all these things have to go through a network, or is there, like, avenues within the shows that we're now seeing being produced?
I think, with the emergence of the digital content side, and, it's such a great avenue for people to say, you literally don't have to wait on anybody anymore. You can create your own stuff now. This stuff can't suck. And, just because it's digital content, you put it out there, you don't want it to suck. But I think the digital side and YouTube and Vimeo and Amazon, they're creating lanes for people to create their own stuff. And I'm not just speaking from the animation side, just from a live action standpoint. You can put out a 5-minute video. People think you're funny. It's like you'll build a following, viewership, and then and I love the fact that these black shows are doing Being Mary Jane, Blackish, Atlanta, Insecure. There are a lot of great shows out there, so they're going to take more chances on black content and the supporting it.
Word. Do you have any projects?
Which is super important.
Do you have any projects coming up?
I do.
Oh, hey, all right. Go ahead.
I do. Yeah, we got a project, me and Dylan Stevenson, who's also a part of, as well as Noel. Actually, me, Noel, and Dylan are producing a project, workplace project that Dylan's brainchild, and it's called Affirmatives in Action. And we hope we're going to have that. We're working on shooting that in the spring.
Nice.
And it's going to be a series, but it's something, the workplace comedy, and it's just from our own experiences working in corporate. Anybody who's working in corporate America, having if you see another brother, you ought to give him the head nod. That's dealing with all types of stuff. Living, just dealing with the subculture of you know, like if you see other black people in the office, you know, there's a subculture there that, you know, we like, you know, you dap them up, you code switch, you know, you do all these things,
right?
While in the middle of working around all these white people, and we kind of deal with what that culture is like working in an all-white environment. It's not just about race; it's just like, hey, you know, things are different. You know, when you see, you know, 4 black people, you know, we get together, you know somebody to listen to Migos or something. You know, it's like I can make references and nobody will look at you. I can say that. And then your white counterparts won't look at you like you're crazy.
Right. Yeah, we experience that regularly, especially because there's a few of us and MFO in that work where we work. It's so funny because every time I go up to C's floor, it'll be me, her, and Dre Major. And it's like the funniest shit. Like, we got a code switch almost immediately because C will be like, girl, my door is open. Like, you can't be coming in here rushing me like this. Like, we experience that constantly. Like, we'll go down to the common area and be sitting, and it'll be 4 of us. And we realize what a black-ass time we're having in such a white environment.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's, I don't know, man. It's not weird, but it's like, you know, it's like, man, you can't really. It's funny how different you grew up. It's like something, you know, it's just being black is just the way we are. And it's like you just other black people automatically know, you know, we had nothing to do with each other, didn't grow up in the same area, nothing like that. But you know, like I can do certain things, and you'll pick up on it right away. Whereas with my other kind, you know, I think it's funny. Like I got a good friend of mine. He's Chinese, and you know, I've been explaining like how I explain black culture, and he put me on the dim sum. I won't even lie. Like I love me some dim sum. I don't know if y'all ever had it. It is baked barbecue pork buns. Like I am all for those. But you know, it's like, you know, I teach him about, you know, certain things about culture stuff. It's funny. He's met my black friend and been able to code switch. So you know, I kind of take some pride in that.
Word. Yo, for some reason, it's just reminded me of like the J. Cole song. How like the best kind of actors are like black men, because we gotta like, or just black people, because we have to act like, you know what I'm saying, like we hard and we tough, because that's what society and that's what we've been conditioned to kind of like believe based on like media. We super predators, or we're like these hard kind of individuals, and then we gotta act like, you know, we gotta be actors when we go in there for these fucking job interviews, because we got a code switch, because it's not natural for me to like enunciate all of my words, especially like when it comes to like, if I want to have just casual dialogue with my 40-plus-year-old white boss, I kind of have to like be aware of certain things that she would be watching in order for me to kind of be engaged. I'll educate her on some stuff, but if I'm going in for an interview, I got to be at least general with the comments I'm making. Like, oh yeah, I did watch Dancing with the Stars when I don't know, just some stupid stuff that is just not unnatural, but it's not necessarily like in the realm of things that I would normally like consume.
So about this show, how are you producing it? B, when is it coming out / when can we start looking for it? And C, how long is it?
Okay, we are producing it on our own. We have some meetings coming up actually to get the funding that we need for it. And we're going to be shooting it in the spring. We'll finish the editing it by the summer, so you should see it definitely by the fall.
Nice.
And this will air on a network?
Late fall. That I can't talk about yet. We're working on some stuff.
Okay.
That I can't talk about yet. It's not, and I'm not even being Hollywood. I hate when people do that, but I literally can't because I don't want to put it out there. And then,
I listen.
Walk it back, 6 months later.
You so
good. I'm like, I talked to you guys again. Like, hey, what's up with the show? I'm like, hey, well, you said it's gonna be on NBC. I'm like, well, things change. But no, I mean, the plan is to get it out there very soon. I mean, I kind of like, I'm big on the digital side. Like, I really want the people to see it. I think it's a unique take on just office experiences. And anybody who's ever met Dylan knows the dude is hilarious. So I mean, he's really come up with some great content. I'll even give one part of it away. He actually has a character in there called White Privilege, and
that's excellent.
Yeah, so and it's like black people can see him, white people can't see him at all. But it's
oh my god,
that's so good,
that's brilliant.
Yeah, so that's the type of stuff you can look forward to. You know, the type of show we're working on, and it's been in development for a couple of years. I mean, Dylan's really busy. I'm busy, and then I brought Noel on recently, and I think we got the right team to put it together with casting. Like, actually, you know what? It's a bunch of Emma Boy, Tony Towns. I don't know if you guys know him.
Yeah, I know Tony.
Also, and so Tony's going to be in it as well. So
that's what's up.
Yeah, we got, I'm trying to bring it all together, to use use your network, use the people that you rock with, that you came up with, your peers, and everybody's kind of doing their thing. We got a really great director. He's in the ABC program right now, director's program. I'm pretty sure he'll be directing the ABC pilot this year. So we got some great things in the works. And I think, the concept is unique. I don't think I haven't seen anything like it. It's almost like Workaholics meets The Office meets Blackish a little bit, but if you know Dylan, it's his style of comedy though. So
and Dylan,
it's not just for Black people,
right? And Dylan, for those who aren't familiar, Dylan is like slick Twitter famous. But what is it? I don't know. I always forget his Twitter handle, but Dylan is a comedian.
Yeah, he got a lot. He's Twitter famous, and he's like one of the heads of Mount Rushmore of Black Twitter guys. So.
Oh, he's like that.
No, yeah.
Nice.
But he's hilarious.
He's funny as a mug. I mean, that's our plan for the show. Honestly, that's kind of where all my eggs are in that basket. I work. I got family, got 9 to 5, and then that project is mine. That's our baby. That's something we're working on and bringing and getting this done. I mean, Sundance is actually the goal for the because they have episodic division now.
Nice.
Sundance, so the goal is to get it in there that's why I said the fall for it. So we're working on that.
Do you have any other projects? I was going to ask you a question.
No, that's it.
Okay, so that sounds awesome, and I'm just curious about like parallels between Insecure, Atlanta, and maybe just other shows that it seems people generally just had a vision and somehow had to get in the door. And I'm wondering what your experiences have been related to that, just as a minority, as, a group of Black men, trying to get people to, I hate to say it like this, but take you seriously and give you the opportunities that we've seen people like Donald Glover and Issa Rae get in the past year.
That's a really good question. Thanks. I think being consistent and being a perfectionist is something like, if you notice, if you ever, and I follow Donald Glover since when he did Call Me Music-wise, Childish Gambino, Cul-de-sac, and I listened to him back in the day. I always loved him on. I know he wrote with Tina Fey on 30 Rock, but Community and all that stuff. So I've been following his career probably since for a while now. And I think, and I've seen his growth, and you can tell, he's a perfectionist, you've been able to see, and he's been consistent. His material's gotten better, but it's it was sharpened. He has the same material, same style of rap, same comedy style, same writing style with Atlanta, even though his brother wrote a lot of those episodes, the same style of acting. But he's been consistent throughout the years. He's just sharpening that skill set. And, Issa Rae, it's been good to see. I watched Officer Black Girl, and I thought it was very similar to Insecure. So her, they took a while to develop. They didn't rush but they trusted the process. I think they had great content, stuff people wanted to see. They built an audience. They stayed consistent, and then they were patient, and they struck while it was hot. And I think that was the biggest thing. So. And I try to, I'm trying to follow that path, but in my own way. You have to use your network and your relationships. I've been blessed to have, in the Emma Bourne Foundation and the Bourne Scholars, not fellows, and the Bourne Scholars.
Hello.
I think it's important that you use your relationships, because I'm not here. I'm not even where I'm at right now without the relationships I have. This is happening because of, my resume or, just because, I went to A&P or wherever you go. They're sure of going to an Ivy League school. I don't think, where you went to school is going to, they may that's cool, but everybody has a degree. And so it's what separates you is the relationships you have that you develop. And I think for me, that's important as well as being consistent, trusting the process, making content that you really believe in and that and it's relatable. The reason why Atlanta and Insecure is so popular, this is so relatable. I mean, the reason why, Blackish and all, they're not just relatable to black people, they're relatable. They really connect with black people in a real way. But I mean, white people and Asian people and everybody else, brown people can watch these shows and find similarities. And I think, that's why those three shows in particular have done so well. Emmys, the Academy, or I'm sorry, the Emmys and Golden Globes, and that's why they're winning those awards like that now.
Right. This was good.
We appreciate you taking the time. We know that you have to run, so we're kind of trying to be conscious of that.
I appreciate it.
So obviously we got to look out for, maybe let's just do a follow-up episode with like a bunch of y'all who are on this show, producing it later on in the year, so we can kind of get into the nitty-gritty about it and talk a little bit more and have a little bit more insight. But we appreciate you sharing your story with us, and we will be looking out for the black guy on Family Guy and hoping that it's you.
I really appreciate you guys having me. You guys are fantastic. I've listened to the podcast. You guys have been awesome, and I appreciate your professionalism and your questions, and you guys are doing an awesome job. So I really do appreciate you guys taking the time to ask me these questions in the first place.
But I'm most happy that we have this recorded so that I can play this for Matthew and Malcolm and be like, so this is how nice your brother is to me. Let's get with that.
And let's make this clear.
If you tell me to check them, I can check them.
Yo, listen, this has been the most heartfelt exchange that me and Kyle have ever had, and I appreciate it. I'm just glad we have it recorded. Usually our conversations start with nigga and that ends with
what up, nigga?
Nigga, why you calling me nigga? And then it goes back and forth. Kyle, plug all your stuff, like the name of the show again,
if you can, and then any social media,
all that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can. Definitely Affirmative in Action coming to you to fall 2017. Watch Family Guy Sundays at 9 p.m. Support the black character that's not talking in the background with the red shirt. That's me and the Butters, the Butters, the first character. Family Guy history like the Butters. I'm just throwing that out there. Look like I'm on Booty Talk 144. So
okay.
And my Instagram is LetMeLev with an underscore at the end of it. So LetMelev. So, and I again appreciate you guys having me. Y'all are fantastic. Love the podcast.
Word. Matthew also said that y'all will square up later about who's the better brother.
Okay. And on that
note,
we already know.
Yeah, you can clap back if you want, because he's not here to defend himself, and I'm fine with that.
All right, that's bad. I appreciate it.
Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, you can find us on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Stitcher. You can also find us on social media at Black Meets World on Twitter and Black_Meets_World on Instagram and Black Meets World on Facebook.
Yeah, and you can email us if you have any questions at blackmeetsworld@gmail.com. Thank you guys for listening. Kyle, thank you again for joining.
Yes, thank you so much, Kyle.
Bless up.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. All right.